I guess what's up, so I'm back again with the final in the trilogy, the Mass Effect 3 review. Sorry. This one I've got a little bit more to talk about, right? Because the Mass Effect 3 is a mixed bag for me. It really is, because there was some brilliant things with this game, but there is some things I do have massive problems with in this game. I'm not going to go too much into the plot, like for this one, like as much as I did with the second one. The reason why I mentioned a little bit more, I tend to talk a bit more about plots and stuff. Like if it's if I think it's like one of my favourites and stuff. No, I mean this is a great game. But don't get us wrong, Mass Effect 3 is still a brilliant game. Don't get us wrong, it is. Like Mass Effect 3 even introduced multiplayer to the game, which at the time I wasn't overly bothered about the multiplayer, but the multiplayer was fun at times if you had a good squad to play with. I mean, Andromeda's got multiplayer as well, obviously. I'll talk about that when I do my Andromeda review. But basically, I will say one thing, Mass Effect 3 has the best quote in the trilogy. Yeah, Mass Effect 2 is my favourite, don't get us wrong. I think it's absolutely fantastic, but Mass Effect 3 does have the best quote from Moon Shepard. In that, it's basically when the Reapers are about to hit Earth right at the start of the game, right? Cause it is a really good opening to the game, it really is. But it's what one of the I can't remember the time. Is it someone in the Earth Woman Council or Earth Ambassador, something like that? But she says what do we do? And then Shepard he's like, it's simple. We fight or we die. I mean, I love that quote. That quote's brilliant. It's simple. Yeah, it's simple. We fight or we die. And I love that. Brilliant quote. But yeah, basically, I'll just sum up the whole plot of this one. It's been building up to all this the whole time. It's basically the Reapers are coming to wipe out the whole galaxy, which they do every so many I think they do every so 50,000 years. They come and wipe out all civilization, then they vanish back into dark space. Well, basically you have to try and find some way to stop them. That's the plot, right? Now, again, the combat is fine. And that, to be honest, I think Mass Effect 3 probably. I think the Mass Effect 3 combat is fairly similar to the second one, although there is a little bit more variety in weapons this time, and also the melee combat system is actually quite good because you've got the Omni tool and blade this time, and that, which is really cool. The Omni tool's like what you have and stuff if you're communicating to someone, or if you're checking up data and stuff like that. But obviously you can turn it into an Omni tool blade, and that, which is actually quite cool. So the combat's fine. Again, Shepard's interaction with the with the crew members, characters, everything like that is absolutely fine, perfect. But the only problem that I have with Mass Effect 3, right, is I don't like a few decisions, right? Now this is just my own perspective, but there's some decisions that I'm not happy with. But I think the biggest problem I have with this game, right, and I think a lot of people do, is the ending. And that the ending of Mass Effect 3 doesn't make any sense and is absolutely stupid. Because I always says Mass Effect 3 would have been my favourite. It would have been better than Mass Effect 2 had the ending been good. But the whole problem is there's multiple choices of endings, right? I'm not going to go into them, right, because they are pretty confusing. To be honest, they're all supposed to they're supposed to be different options, but they all basically lead to the same thing. They even brought out a DLC ending, which. It's a bit better and stuff and that, but you can tell that they knew they messed up and that with the original endings and that. But I'm not going to get too much in it. But overall, the endings are supposed to be different. Like I said, there's about 3-4 different endings, and they all end basically the same way, and it's very, very confusing, the ending of Mass Effect 3. But leading up to the ending, the whole battle in London, and that on obviously London, Earth, right? But the whole the battle. In London against the Reapers and that, with because you've got to try and gain support across the galaxy as well, leading up to the final battle, from different species your Turian, the Sari, Solarians, Krogan, even Geth potentially, even some Rachni as well and stuff. There's a few choices you can make and stuff of trying to get help and that. But overall, when you like trying to get all this help and stuff for the final battle, does it really make much difference in the end? No, not really, because like I said, like the endings all lead the same way anyway. You could basically not you could basically not get like any help from other species, and it wouldn't really make much difference because, like I said, that the endings all lead to the same outcome, and they're all very confusing and don't really make much sense. I do like one part, like of the ending of like Mass Effect 3. It's like old grandpa like talking like to his like grandson at the end, and I'm pretty sure the grandpa is Joker. Like I don't know if anyone's ever mentioned that before, but I do think it is Joker. Like when he's older, like talking about the Shepherd, which is obviously like talking about like Commander Shepard. Like obviously, like spoiler alert, whatever happens, Commander Shepard dies. That is a big massive spoiler. Whatever happens, like Shepard does die, but it just depends on which way. So them can be different ways, but either way, like Shepard does die. But like I said, the endings do spoil Mass Effect 3 badly. But also like one thing I just want to like mention. Well, actually, I'll just finish like the whole topic. But like I said, I'm pretty sure the grandpa at the end is Joker, like telling like the whole like story to his grandson. So PlayStation trying to go to sleep on us again, typical. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Joker, and like I said, I don't know if anyone else has ever like mentioned that before, but I've just got a theory that it's like Joker. So yeah. But yeah, another problem I don't like is in the game is I don't like the whole dream sequences, like what Shepard has about the, thinking of like the kid that blew and died, like like on Earth, where you didn't even know if the kid was even real, or not, or if Shepard was just seeing things, and also the whole thing of like the kid that Shepard keeps seeing is the form of like the Catalyst, which is the key to like stopping like the Reapers, you know what I mean? But I didn't like that aspect either, that whole Catalyst thing and stuff. Like, I know it's a sci-fi game and that, and obviously it's fantasy elements and stuff as well. I get that. It's not realistic, fair enough. But it's like, even for unrealistic terms, it's really double unrealistic, if that makes sense. Though, like I said, there's great moments and that, like this is the most dramatic Mass Effect, like out of them all. Like it really is. Mass Effect 3 is very dramatic. It's very emotional, and that it really is. It's like with some decisions that you make in the game, it is very dramatic. It is an enjoyable game. Again, it is a masterpiece, but certain aspects, especially like towards the end of the game and the ending itself, don't make much sense and do kind of let the game down a bit. So, like personally for me, right, because of like all this, I'm going to give Mass Effect 3... I'm still going to give it 10 out of 10. I was going to think about it 9, but I'm still going to give Mass Effect 3 10 out of 10 because I still love the game. Like, the game's great and that. Like, if you're a Mass Effect fan, you're still going to play all 3 games and you're still going to enjoy them, right? But out of all 3 games, Mass Effect 3 has problems. Like I said, I know Mass Effect 1, like I said, it had 2, like, minor problems that don't really affect the game, too much. Just, like, difficulty and length, that's it. Also, Mass Effect 3 is a little bit too long as well. Like I said, I do like long games, don't get us wrong. I do get sometimes, mainly in the past, and you get like a little bit, emotional, like sad and stuff, when like something good comes to an end and stuff. I did get that with Mass Effect 3, don't get us wrong, I did. But at the same time, Mass Effect 2 had the perfect length. It wasn't too short, but it wasn't too long either. It was just perfect. Like, even if you didn't gain the loyalty of your crew, it still felt like, long enough and that, like, it never overstayed, like, its welcome and stuff. But as I said, Mass Effect 3 is a little bit too long because there is certain, like, missions, like, there's some, like, main missions, story missions that seem more like side quests. Oh, the worst mission in Mass Effect's moment history, in my opinion. Like, now I am going to talk about this, right, because, like, I hate this mission so much, I really do. This mission balls the hell out of me. It's the one where you're in the Geth network and that, where you've got like clear all the cluster data and stuff and like, looking at the Geth and Quarian past and stuff. Now, don't get us wrong. Like, don't get us wrong. Like, the whole, the whole like past knowledge and stuff of like the whole Quarians and the Geth, right? In case any of you don't know, obviously the Quarians like created the Geth and then the Geth started to ask questions and the rebelled and then the start and then there was like the whole Quarian and like Geth war like going on, but like, that information's good. Oh Jesus Christ! Honestly, could you not have just gotten that like through like a full like information like terminal or something, or like being like told this by an actual Quarian or like a Geth itself? You go through this whole like Geth network just clearing out data and stuff and like zapping like virus bombing things and stuff. It's boring. Like I don't know if any of you guys think that, but like let us know, like anyone who's played Mass Effect 3 and that, like if you think the same. But that is the worst mission, like in Mass Effect. Even like, alright, even involve like Andromeda in the equation. It's the worst mission I've ever played, like in Mass Effect. That Geth network one is absolutely boring as hell. It's pointless, and that it should have been taken out of the game and stuff, and that like it just wasn't interesting enough. It was boring. It goes on too long. Like sometimes you don't even know if you're going like the right way and stuff, and that and you just keep shooting like viruses and nodes and stuff just to get some like data about the Quarian and Geth past. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit stupid. Like it is a bit stupid. But like I says, apart from one boring mission, apart from a few like problems with the ending and a few like decisions that I'm not like particularly like happy about, I still give it 10 out of 10 because it's still a great game. I still think it's a masterpiece. But like I said, it's mainly the ending that lets it down for me. Like apart from the ending, it's fine. It's really good. Like I said, if the ending was better, if there was a better outcome, then I would have said it would have probably slightly been better than Mass Effect 2. But for me, Mass Effect 2 will still always be the best Mass Effect game in my opinion. Because Mass Effect 2 was... there's no faults with Mass Effect 2. Like one bit that there's not. Like I said, it's got the best woman crew, in my opinion. It's got the best missions. Probably some of the best side quests, even though some of the side quests, obviously, in gaining loyalty, do seem very similar and a bit repetitive at times, but you know what you get with Mass Effect 2, and like it's a more simple plot, but it works. I think another problem with Mass Effect 3 as well is it tries to overcomplicate things a little bit. Like, yeah, we get the whole thing of like the Galaxy versus the Reapers, and obviously it's going to happen and stuff, we get that, but they try to add a few extra little bits and pieces, like what links the whole, you know, like the Reaper cycle and stuff, and it's just like it's just a little bit too much, and it's just like they tried a little bit too hard, you know what I mean? But like I said, for me, Mass Effect 2 is like the far superior of the series. But like I said, all three games are brilliant. That's why for me, I actually did buy the sorry, I actually did buy the actual trilogy before, right? Quite expensive. I think I got from Granger Games on the past, right? But it even says on the back the best sci-fi trilogy ever made, and again, I'm being biased, but I actually agree with that. Like I said, like I do like the Halo series, don't get us wrong, but for me, when I've played all three like Mass Effect games, I just can't. I've just never played like a series that actually beats Mass Effect, and I still don't think. I mean, it might happen one day, it might happen and that, but it's just hard to let go and stuff because I just love the series so much, and I love Mass Effect 2 in particular. That best game I've ever played. So yeah, but like I says, overall, they're all great games. Mass Effect 2 is the best. Mass Effect 3 has some problems with the ending. Mass Effect 1's really good and that like brilliant, and that just like, you know, like just like, you know, too short, and also like obviously like difficulty problems. But as I said, it's a great series. Like just to some like the Mass Effect trilogy, brilliant series. But Mass Effect 2 is by far the superior in my opinion. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you have, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. And I'll be back with the Mass Effect Andromeda review. I don't think this one will be as long, because when it comes to Andromeda, I've only actually finished Andromeda twice, maybe 3 times. I'm not sure. I've finished like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 like multiple times, but with Andromeda, I've only finished that, you know, like 2 or 3 times. So I'll just tell you like the overall like thought and stuff like in the next like review. So yeah, but yeah, guys, like I said, I'll be back with the Andromeda review very soon. So yeah, take care.